Welcome back to Film Snob HQ. The road to Doomsday continues. We are in the third era of Marvel films, the second phase, the Disney age, if you want to call it that. I can't remember what I've been calling it in the last videos because I'm tired and I've watched a lot of Marvel movies. I'm 30 plus movies in and we're only a third of the way. We have seen a new Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. We have seen the final Iron Man film, and now we're diving across to the Fox universe once more with a brand new Wolverine film, The Wolverine. This is the first James Mangold one. He would also go on to direct Logan, which is arguably one of the best movies of all time. This is a flick that I could not be more excited, though I was wrong about. I remember when the trailers dropped for this, I had no interest. I was like, why are we going back to the well with Wolverine again? We've got a new team now. We've got X-Men First Class. Why are we going back to this stuff? The trailer didn't excite me. I skipped it in theaters on purpose. I deliberately avoided it. It just did not appeal to me at all. The first time I finally watched it, I thought it was okay, but it ages better and better for me. So the story this time, Logan is still reeling after the death of Jean Grey. He murdered Jean Grey in X-Men The Last Stand. Well, not murdered, he killed her out of necessity to save the world. But he feels obviously responsible for that and guilty there. And so he's living in isolation in the wilderness. He is approached by a young woman named Yukio from Japan. She represents a man he once knew from his past, and says, you need to come back to Japan. You saved his life when he was younger, but now he's on his deathbed. You need to come visit him. And so begins this kind of action story across Japan where he gets involved with the Yakuza and a bunch of samurais and ninjas. And the story itself isn't all that important, if I'm being honest. It's very much someone tries to assassinate the guy's daughter, so Wolverine feels kind of like he has to protect her. They're hunted down by a variety of mutants. Honestly, the mutants in this film are maybe the least interesting for me. It's not bad performances or bad characters. I don't really mind in terms of their story. The biggest thing about this film, and I think the reason why I was kind of put off by it originally as well, is that in this film, Logan loses his powers. He loses his healing factor. He starts to kind of give it away to his friend from the past, and then kind of changes his mind. And then, it turns out they're trying to kind of mine him for adamantium and stuff as well. It has one of those breathtaking chase scenes of any film. There's the bullet train sequence, obviously, but my favorite sequence in this film is in the third act as he's approaching the tower, basically, to go save the girl. And all these ninjas are just shooting arrows into him, arrow after arrow after arrow, and each arrow has a rope tied to it, and with each arrow that hits him, they pull him back, and he just keeps marching on. It shows the determination of Wolverine and how he'll stop at nothing to do the right thing, even though he's not a particularly good guy in his own mind. It also has a really fun post-credit sequence that sets up Days of Future Past, but yes, this does make the timeline confusing. It seems to not reference Origins at all. It picks up years after The Last Stand, and also largely ignores First Class, for obvious reasons. His story kind of happens around First Class. And then the tease we get at the end, we have Magneto and Professor X show up to recruit him to help with the events of Days of Future Past. Except in the movie, when they meet him, it's the present day, and Charles Xavier is alive again without any explanation other than, I have gifts. But then we get to Days of Future Past eventually, it's a post-apocalyptic war zone. So the timeline certainly does get messy, but as a standalone film, it's really fun. It's really great action scenes. The Silver Samurai is the final boss. He's the main bad guy in this film. I wasn't too familiar with this character before the movies, and I haven't really done much research afterwards. I believe there's been a bit of mixed feelings on his design because he looks a bit like a Transformer, but I think he's a cool bad guy. I think he's, one of the more powerful foes that Wolverine's had to face. But yeah, as a standalone flick, it works really well. I like it quite a bit. I don't think anyone from this movie is coming back. I don't think we're getting Yukio. I don't think we're getting Silver Samurai. I don't think we're getting Mariko. The only one I think we're getting is Wolverine. So that's it. Don't worry about Doomsday or Secret Wars with this one. It's kind of a Wolverine show. If you haven't seen it, check it out. If it's been a while, check it out again. Next up is a movie that I really like, but a lot of people have serious thoughts about, and that's Thor: The Dark World.